Namaste. Hi everyone, my name is Avni Talsania and I'm your yoga teacher for today's session. So we're going to be focusing on opening up the hips and loosening up the hip flexors. So let's get started. You can join me on your yoga mat and you can come into a standing Dhanasana position. We're going to start with our palms folded, eyes closed, and we'll be chanting one deep Omkar. Inhale through your nostrils. Setting the intention for today's class to come into the present moment, forget everything you were doing earlier, be within your own energy, create a cleansing aura around you with positive thoughts and with awareness of our breath and movement. We'll come into a meditative state of mind throughout this practice. Slowly and gently open your eyes with a smile on your face, relaxing your palms to your sides. Alright, so let's start with a warm-up, and because we're focusing on the hips, we're going to do a hip rotation. So you can take your palms on your waist and you can spread your feet wide. Bring your torso and hips forward and back. Make a wide circle. You might start feeling some cracking in your hamstrings, your other joints like your knees, ankles. Just begin to loosen up. And let's go in the other direction. So I'm doing a very exaggerated circle. You can do a small one as well. This is our first warm-up of the day. Lovely. Now you can step your feet together and take your palms underneath your thigh. And we're going to start extending leg in and out. And in doing so, we're going to make sure that the knee is raised up. And then starts in and out. In and out. In and out. In and out. Synchronizing your breathing with the movement. Inhaling, extend, exhaling in, and relax the right leg. Bend your left knee in, up towards the chest, and start. Extend, out, and breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. And you can relax the left leg. Now, we're going to do a stretch of the waist because our hips are connected to all the adjacent muscles such as the quadriceps, the glutes, and the oblique core region. So let's stretch out the waist. Open your arms wide and stretch your right arm to the right thigh, arching your back to the side. Feel the lateral stretch in the sides. Coming up again, turning the left side. Really just relax and just warm up. Come back to the center and turn to the right. Feel a beautiful stretch. Keep your elbows straight, keep your armpit open, and extend the arm up straight above your head without bending. That will help you increase your flexibility. And once again on the left. And with that beautiful stretch in the obliques and the back, come to a standing 5-pointed star. Now we're going to turn our feet outside about 45 degrees and we're going to sit into a goddess pose and come back up into this 5-pointed star. As you bend our knees, we will bend the elbows and we will try to sit low, raise back, extend and straighten the elbows and knees, back down and up. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Each time going just a bit deeper, just a bit lower, loosening the muscles in the glutes, hip flexors. Don't push too much, we're just warming up. And last one. Down and up and relax. That was lovely. Step your both feet to the front. Now, for our stretching out the hamstrings and the glutes, which is connected to the hips, we're going to do a gentle forward fold. So you're going to walk your hands down, let them dangle, let them just be down. And just sway your body left and right, let it be loose. Alright, now in the same way, you're going to step the feet wide once again and go into a forward fold with a wide-legged stance. And again, just feeling out the hips, feeling out the hips. A little bit of shaking for this dynamic warm-up. If you're not able to reach the floor, you can just stay where you are. Perhaps you're just raised up above here. You can just hold this position and just rock to the left and right. And bring your hands back to the hips. Alright. And now we're going to turn the feet towards the left, both toes pointing to the left, and lower down your knee. And we're going to keep our hands on our hips and to stretch the front of the pelvis, the upper thigh, which is connected to the hip flexor. We're going to pause, so come onto the top toe and raise that back leg up. So we're in a lunge. And again, bring the knee down. Very gently coming up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and down. Let's do the other side. Turning your feet to the right. Lower down your left knee. Just put yourself in a comfortable position in this 90-degree angle. Come onto the back toe and lifting up the knee, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and up and down. Lovely job. Back into the center. Now you can come back to the top. And we're going to do a gentle, slow Surya Namaskar, the Hatha style. So coming into Tadasana, bringing our feet together, palms in front of your chest. Pranam Asana, making sure your spine is straight, tailbone tucked in, one straight line from your shoulders, hips to the neck. Centering yourself. Inhale, raise your palms. Hasta Uttanasana, arch your back. Exhale, bending forward. Forward fold, Anastasana. Holding for a few more breaths. We're going to take this slow because we need to learn patience when we're working with the hips. Hips sometimes take time to open, and they take a lot of love, gentleness, must be fragile. Stepping your right foot back and placing the knee down, Asana Sanjalanasana, You can keep your hands down on the mat or keep them on your hips. Choice is yours. If you'd like, you can close your eyes and simply focus on your breath. Lowering both your palms, step your left foot back. Now let's go into plank pose. Coming in one straight line, balancing on the palms, keeping your back straight. Just a few more seconds. Lowering down your knees, chest, chin, arching the spine. Ashtanga Namaskar. Holding here. Now you can flatten your stomach completely. Bhujangasana. Push into your palms, squeeze your shoulder blades. Lift your chest off the ground. Inhale. Holding a few more moments. And relaxing, coming back down. Pushing into Parvatasana. Come up to your knees, come up to your toes. Lift the knees and lower the heels. Focus on deep exhalations. Stepping that right leg forward and keeping that front knee in a 90-degree angle, allowing your hands to touch the ground or up on the hips. Relax, focus on your breath. Feeling the chest rise and fall. And bring your hands back. Step your left foot forward, Padasana. Already feel the difference in your forward fold. Holding here. Try to bring your stomach to the thighs. Relax your head. Inhale, slowly come into palms together. Hasta Uttanasana. Feel free to go as behind as you're comfortable. Pranam-asana. Holding for a few moments. After that deep back arch, just normalizing your breathing. And you can gently open your eyes as we complete our slow Surya Namaskar sun salutation. Release your hands and come back to down asana. Now the pace of this class is going to be slow, but it's still an intermediate class, and some of the asanas I will show you how to go deeper into them. So we can start with our warrior one. Step your right foot back. Keep both your feet in one line. Your back foot is at a 45-degree angle and your front foot is at a 90-degree angle. You're going to raise your arms and extend, straighten, lengthen your spine. Feel it growing up. Feel yourself going lower as you stretch the inner thigh. This is, believe it or not, an amazing preparation for Hanumanasana splits because it's really targeting that back inner thigh, which is what most of us are stuck with in the splits. So try to improve your posture by taking it deeper.
without compensating on the alignment. A few more seconds. Now you can straighten both your knees and hold onto your elbows. We're going to inhale and exhale. Bend forward into Parshvottanasana. Both the knees straight, feeling the hamstring stretch. Breathing into the chest. You might not be this low, you might be halfway up. Absolutely fine. You do you, you feel good. Release both your hands and straighten your spine. Now we're going to turn to the other side, so you're going to just pivot your toes to the right. Turn your hips all the way to the right as you square them, and take your elbows. Inhale, exhale, and forward as much as comfortable to you. Please do not overdo it. You should not be hunching your back. If that's happening, just come up halfway. Just stay right here. I'm going to tell you now, and you need to remember this always. No one is pushing you beyond your capacity. It is very much your responsibility to know your limits and listen to your body. So make sure that your inner voice is always on loudspeaker. Slowly and gently raising your head back up and relaxing your hands. Pivot your toes to the left side. We're going to bend the left knee back, and we're going to place the left hand either elbow on thigh or option 2, palm on mat just beside the foot. Bring your right arm diagonally above your ear. Keep a straight line from fingertips to the toes. Look up to the palms if you can. Feel the opening on the left hip and glute. Just breathe. Just lose yourself in the breath, in the peace of mind. Become one with the air, one with the breath. Forget your ego, identity. Just feel and be. Enjoy this moment. That's called meditation, and that's not different than yoga. Now we're going to come back up and point our toes to the right side. Bend your right knee, and both options are still available to you. Elbow to thigh or all the way down. Parshvottanasana. Keep that elbow straight and your armpit open. Your palm is facing you, so you're not facing out. You're turning your hand in. This is called internal rotation. A few more breaths. Inhale. Come back into straighten. And we're going to turn both of our feet forward, hands on our hips, and exhale into Prasarita Padottanasana. Try to keep your knees straight. Relax your hands down in one line with the feet. If you would like to, feel free to step your feet even wider and try to lower down your torso even more. Maybe you can bring your head to the ground if you're a regular practitioner. That's right. Just feel that opening of the hip, relaxing effect in the mind.
Feel free to do a variation. If you're confident, interlock your fingers, extend your elbows. Just feel the squeezing of the shoulder blades. Breathing deeply. And you don't have to do this if you're feeling any pain. Perhaps some of you would like to do the modified version, which is flat back, coming on your fingertips, and just keeping your back halfway down. As long as your spine is straight, this is also highly recommended. Now you can bring your hands back into the torso and stretch your way up. We're going to turn our feet to the left side. We're going to come into a low lunge, lower down the knee and flatten that back toe. Excellent. So now we're going to push into Asa Sanchalan or Anjaneyasana and feel that stretch in the pelvis. Taking deep breaths. You're going to try to see if you can tip over your left knee to the edge of the foot and bring it back. Excellent. Alright. In the same way, we're going to open that knee all the way down now. And this time, lower down your hips. Come into Kapotasana. Make sure the pelvis is flat towards the ground and your hips are squared. Try to sit comfortably. A great tip for this is to bring your foot in more. And if that's still not accessible to you, feel free to sit on the foot for some extra height, just like this. This is an easier version. So now I'm sitting on my foot, which is giving less pressure to my hip. Still squaring. Now, even if you're in this pose, you can try to see if you can bring your hands forward and lower down your head as if you're bowing to the earth. Those of you that are in full Kapotasana Pigeon Pose, try to see if you can keep your foot in the same line as your knee. And keep this knee outside of the line of your rest of the body. And then lower your palms down. It's a beautiful, juicy stretch to just breathe deeply. Like I said, this is a slow vinyasa today. I really want you to take the time to allow your body to set in. We don't need to move with force. We don't need to hastily try to open the hips. It has to be done with deep breaths, one step at a time. So let's take it to the next variation of Kapotasana, Raj Kapotasana. This king of pigeon pose has a couple of variations. So I want you to twist your torso and turn to the right side. I'm going to bring my hand on my thigh. Lovely. So we're already in a variation right now. We've twisted over. We're going to raise our left hand straight up. Excellent. Try to keep this inner thigh flat down, like I said. You can do a side stretch from here. Beautiful. Now bring your hand forward as if you're doing a push-up or chaturanga and open out your elbows to the side, touch your forehead down. Alright, just in doing that touch, we've pushed open the hips a bit more. Again, hold on to the back thigh or calf and come into a side bend. Once again, bring both your palms in a straight line, and just in front of your shin. Touch your forehead down. And come back up. Now we're going to bend this knee. Now, any of you that have difficulty, you can use the help of a belt. Hold on to the foot and see if you can bring the foot in closer to the glutes. Perhaps you're right here. That's great. Perhaps you can come in a little more. and bend the knee more. Feel the opening of the quadriceps up. So this is a quad stretch, and it's really important that we can stretch this to do some of the deep hip opening poses. Like I said, the 8 adjacent muscles are also coming into the picture, so everything is interconnected. Any of you that are feeling comfortable, let's take it to mermaid. You can take your wrist and hold on with your left hand. You can even do a namaskar and just wrap that elbow, hooking it over the foot. Some of you might be like, how is that possible? No way. Well, I didn't say you have to. Hold on to the foot. Stay where you are. Just hold it. Take deep breaths. Enjoy the stillness. There's no competition, no comparison. This is yoga. It's just about you and this moment. You can release that leg. Excellent. Gently back down. Now we're going to turn over into Kapodasana once again, and for the hip, we're going to come into a flat sole, and we're going to straighten this left knee. So now I'm going to come on the heel and keep the left knee straight. So this is our Ardha Manasana, half split. Some of you might need to come closer. Feel free to do that. You can reduce the space between your legs and lift the hips more. Just feel the stretch in your hamstring. Feel free to bend forward if you'd like to. Now you can, the next pose is for those that would love to go into a challenge. Start sliding your foot forward. See how far you can go. Now I do not advise this for anyone that is very stiff in the hips. It's too premature to work into a full split. But because this is an intermediate session, some of you might be ready. So we're going to slide a little more forward. And now just do your best. Feel it out. Deep breath. And gently we'll release the split back into a tabletop position. Now, from the tabletop, we're going to come into Anjani Asana on the opposite side. So sink that left knee back, keep the foot flat on the right, and just start to feel the left hip opening now. Deep breath. In and out of the nostrils. Now it's time for Pigeon Pose. We're going to open this right knee, just loosen up. Come to the edge of the foot. Feel the glutes engaged. And bring it back. Now bring the foot forward and bring the knee down. See if you can, if you need to, you can sit on the foot, or else you can keep your foot in a 45-degree angle, or see if you can make it 90, keeping your foot in the same line as your knee. Turning your pelvis down towards the ground. Squaring the hips. Close your eyes and just breathe. Use your palms to support yourself. Now you can walk yourself forward as much as comfortable to you. I love doing that because it makes me breathe deeper. And if I'm calming my nervous system, my mind, then I'm really able to hold the pose
and get more benefit. Now walk your palms back slowly, and this time you can turn your foot. We're going to twist to the left side, bring your left hand to the back thigh, raise your right hand up, and side bend, arching your arm, opening the armpits. Exhale, bring both your hands to the front, in front of the shin, and bend the elbows, touch your forehead. Come back up, hold your left thigh and reach. Twisted pigeon. And again, one last time, touch your forehead. Use your arm strength to push yourself up. Now we're going to go into the glute stretch. So you can see if you can hold onto your foot. Perhaps you can't. Just get a little lift. And those of you that want to, pull into the glutes, try to touch your heel. Then you can hook your elbow over the foot and clasp onto your wrist. Don't forget to smile. This is beautiful mermaid pose. Maybe you want to take a namaskar mudra. Really electrocutes and connects the heart with, just feel that softness as you join your fingertips and palms, activating the Anahata chakra, and release your palms and leg. Turn your body back slowly. We're going to now lift up into Ardha Hanumanasana with the foot flat and then come on the heel, knees straight. Feel free to adjust yourself according to your flexibility. Come on the fingertips, or perhaps you can go all the way into a fold. Perhaps you want to reduce the distance between your foot and just hold your hips. Important to know yourself. Now taking it to the next level, we're going to slide the foot back, really focusing on that back inner thigh getting closer to the ground. It's very easy to straighten the front leg, but often we get stuck with the back leg. And that's why we need to work on the inner thigh flexibility. Like I mentioned, Warrior One is really targeting that area. Few more breaths. And slowly raising back, reducing the space between the legs. Step your foot back. Amazing. We're going to spread the knees out wide and take rest in Adho Mukha Virasana. Bring your chest down. Deep exhalation. Open your arms forward and feel a stretch in your shoulders. Opening of the hips and calming of the mind. If you have any knee issue, I will avoid this pose completely. Walk your hands back into the center. And we're going to shift our legs forward and make a V. Straightening out the knees and getting ready for Upavishta Konasana. With a wide leg stance, we're going to raise both our hands up, lengthen the spine, and bend our right palm towards the ankle or perhaps the toe, and arch your left arm over. One-sided Upavishta. Deep breaths. Slowly, gently turn to the left side, reaching with your left foot and your right arm. Notice how good it feels to breathe. Because we don't ever breathe in the pure correct way in a normal day. So now that we're optimally using our lungs, we can feel that toxins are being removed, there's freshness in the mind. Now you can walk your hands forward. Now some of you might just keep your palms right there in front of you, and others might walk more farther ahead. Then you can walk your hands back into the center and you'll take it to turtle pose, Kurmasana. Now we're going to bend the knees and press the soles of our feet down on the mat. And you're going to take your palms under your knees. Now in this pose, there's two options. You can try to bend forward, or you can simply keep your knees straight and just feel the lean forward, putting pressure on your hips. And if you're able to, and you have open hamstrings, slide your feet out straight and rest your forehead down. And to release the hands, inhale, and push yourself back up. Excellent. Bring the soles of your feet together. Come into Baddha Konasana. Try to see if you can relax your knees, hold onto your feet, open your shoulders, sit tall and wide. Take deep breaths. Take your palms on your knees. Just add a little weight, a little pressure, and the warmth of your hand just signals to your hips that they can just relax. Make sure your spine is straight, holding on to the feet. We're going to bend forward as we exhale and try to bring our forehead to the ground.
Inhale, come back up. Bring your fingers around your toes. Now we're going to come into a lifted, wide-legged position with your knees straight. If you need to, you can bend your knees as well. And you can slowly come back down, bending your knees. We're going to do the same thing on our back for Supta Konasana. So rolling down and opening your legs. You can, if you're not able to touch your toes, you can simply hold just behind your knee or maybe your shin and try to keep the knee straight. This is our Supta Konasana 1. And once again, we're going to return back to the tailbone, holding on to the toes or the ankles perhaps. And lifting up with a bit of momentum in a straight, wide-legged pose, Upavishkonasana 2. Try to balance, use your core. Few more seconds. Keep your back straight. And lower down your feet very gently. Now we're going to come in Avni Talsania, keeping both your feet one stacked over the other, your shins in line, calves in line, one knee to the foot. So you're not crossing your legs, they're in a straight line. And we'll walk our fingers forward and feel the stretch of the glutes. Now, if you're not finding this intense, you're doing something wrong. This is extremely intense. Most of you will not be able to lower down. You can just remain in this seated position. Taking deep breaths. Slowly, you can extend your legs straight, lie down on your back. Alright, we're going to raise the legs up in a straight line. From here, we're going to hold on to the ankles and bend the knees, widen them, and just playfully kick your feet like Ananda Balasana, joyful innocent child. Feel free to move how you like. You have full freedom. Kicking, making circles, maybe shaking, shake it out. And then slowly bring your feet together in Supta Konasana. And just make sure your palms are facing down and relax. Then you can turn your palms up as we enter into Shavasana. Relaxing your whole body except for your hips because we're still in sleeping butterfly. Let's see if we can still relax. Slowly bring your knees back together and push the soles of your feet down. Excellent. We're going to straighten out the left leg and hug the right knee. Try to extend the right leg.
Supta Padangustasana. And we'll switch to the left side, bending the left knee, straightening the right, extending the leg completely. And relax this leg as well. I'm going to take the right knee and wrap it around the left leg in the Garud Asana. And in that complete twist of the legs, we're going to open our arms, twist to the left side. Feel a stretch in the glutes. And bring yourself back to the center. Turn the left leg over the right and wrap your feet. Turning to the right side and looking to the left. Slowly and gently, bring your legs back in the center. Release the knot and collapse the whole body. We've made it to Shavasana and we're going to take a few seconds right here to observe the changes. Maybe some things have unlocked, maybe some things are in pain. Maybe you can just feel butterflies in your stomach, in your toes. Perhaps there's some sensations in your thighs, in your arms, in your tummy. Whatever's going on, just observe it. Perhaps there's tingling in your tummy. These are all changes of signs of the prana and blood moving around, going between the organs, the blood cells, the neurons, chakras. Changes, beautiful changes. Let's be an instrument and allow the miracles to circulate in our system. Let's be a pure vessel. Slowly you can bend your knee and come up to a seated position with your eyes still closed, crossing up lengthen, Sukhasana. We will close with a little bit of yogic breathing with your palms in chin mudra. We're going to keep our spine straight and just breathe through 3 parts of the chest: the clavicular, throat, chest, thoracic, stomach, abdomen. Inhale through the nostrils. Expand your throat, rise the chest, inflate the stomach. Exhale, deflate the stomach, allow the diaphragm to rise. Feel the chest fall, collapse the shoulders. And repeating 2 more times, inhale. Exhale. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Join your palms together and let's chant Om Shanti Shanti to close the session. Inhaling. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gently keep between your palms and placing this magical energy that you've just created gently on your eyes. Slowly taking a few gentle blinks in the darkness of your palms. When you're ready, you
open your eyes and bow down, surrendering your energies to Musala. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you feel super stretched out and flowy and great. Have a beautiful day.